Hallo, it's dumplet here. Here's an item on algebra. So we have a functional equation, x times the square of f of x plus 2y is equal to 1/4 plus 1 over f of y squared for all positive real numbers x and y. We're asked to find the value of f of 25. Now this item came from DAM 2022, an examination that Dumplet has hosted. The link to the PDF files will be in the description. As usual, pause this video if you'd like to give this item a try. But if you're done, let us dive into the solution. So yes, we do have a functional equation, but we're not really asked for the function, we're asked for a specific value, in this case f of 25. So one obvious method for us is to substitute, well, x to be 25 and y to be 5. Now why 25 and 5 to be specific? Because, well, the f of x here becomes f of 25, and then the f of y squared here becomes f of 25 as well. So I could just kind of treat it as a equation, and I'm going to solve for f of 25. So if I have x to be 25 and y to be 5, I'll have 25 times f of 25 squared plus 10 is equal to 1/4 plus 1 over f of 25. All right, so, well, just to simplify my stuff here, I'll just have a to be f of 25. So I'll technically have 25a squared plus 10. That's going to be equal to 1/4 plus 1 over a. Right, now clearing the denominators, I'll have 100a, so multiplying both sides by 4a, I'll have 100a cubed plus 40a. That's going to be equal to a plus 4. Then let's just put everything to one side. 100a cubed plus 39a minus 4. That's going to be equal to 0. Now, that's a cubic equation. Now, you probably don't want to use the Cardano's formula or the cubic formula for this one. So let's try to do the rational root theorem. Now, if I were to try to find the rational roots, I'll have to divide the factors of 4 and then divide it by the factors of 100. Now, there's a problem though. Well, the factors of 4, that's okay. That's just 1, 2, and 4. So including negative ones, that's going to be 6 of them. But for 100, there are 18 factors, including the negative ones. So, well, I have to kind of try them out one by one. So there's a lot of factors of 100. So yes, it is possible eventually we should be able to get it if I substitute enough values, but this might be tedious. And here we have a cubic equation, and it's not really easy to substitute. I think there's a lot of fractions that's going to happen here. So there might be a better way to do this one. Okay, so let's try to propose a new method here. I'm going to propose that, well, what I'm going to do first is find the value of k such that I know what f of k is. Let's just say f of k is a certain value, let's say m. Now, if I know what f of k is, and then I'll try to proceed here, because, well, I can put, like, for example, y to be 5 and then x to be this k. Well, after I know what f of k is, it would be just a simple solving for f of 25. At least I'll be able to solve for f of 25 in the equation a little bit more simple. More simple. That's what I meant. All right, so what I'm going to do, it might be obvious, it might not be obvious to some, but I'm going to set y to be 1/8. Now, why 1/8 to be specific? Because 2y here becomes 1/4. So if y was 1/8, 2y would be 1/4, and that cancels nicely with the 1/4 here. So that's going to be my goal. Right, now if y equals 1/8, this part becomes f of 1 over 64. So x would be 1 over 64 because I want to solve for f of 64. Sorry, f of something. In this case, the k a while ago that I showed you, I want to get the value of f of 1 over 64 in this case. All right, if x was 1 over 64, then it's going to be 1 over 64 times f of 1 over 64 squared. And then, well, as mentioned, the 2y and the 1/4 will cancel because they're just 1/4. So this would just simply be equal to 1 over f of 1 over 64. Now let me just do the same thing again, maybe b this time. B is equal to f of 1 over 64. I'm going to have 1 over 64 of b squared. That's going to be equal to 1 over b. Now multiplying both sides by 64b, I'll get b cubed is 64. Now we only want the real solutions here because we have a function. So that takes on real values. So b would have to be the cube root of 64, so that's going to be 4. All right, so b is f of 64. So I would get from this one that f of 1 over 64, that's going to be equal to 4. Now that I have a value for f of something, in this case f of 1 over 64, so f of 1 over 64 equals 4, I think I could make my life easier by saying x, I'm just going to set it to be 1 over 64, and then I'm going to make y equal to 5. So that's in effect giving me the f of 25 here, and everything else is constant because I know what f of 1 over 64 is now, so it's going to make my life a little bit easier. All right, so it's going to be 1 over 64 times the square of f of 1 over 64, but we know f of 1 over 64 is 4, so it's going to be times 4 squared, and then plus 2y, so that part becomes plus 10, and then equal to 1/4, and then plus another 1 over f of 25. Everything is just simplifying now. All right, so 4 squared is 16, and well, 4 squared is 16, so 16 and the 64 cancels nicely, 1 and 4. So this part becomes 1/4, but there is a 1/4 here, so that cancels out nicely. So what remains is just 10 is equal to 1 over f of 25. So f of 25, we will be able to get this to be 1 over 10. And this will be our final answer. All right. Now, if I were to substitute f of 10 into the original cubic equation that we got, it is going to satisfy, just to show you guys here. So 100, well, a is 1/10 apparently. So 1/10, if I cube it, it's going to be 1 over 1,000. And then plus 39 over 10 minus 4. Let's just check if it's equal to 0. The 100 and the 1,000 cancels nicely, is 1 and 10. So it's going to be 1/10 plus 39 over 40 minus 4 equal to 0. Now, this part is 40 over 10. Now, 40 divided by 10 is indeed equal to 4. So we're going to have 4 minus 4, and that's indeed equal to 0. But then again, if I were to really try to solve this question by checking the rational roots, it might take a little bit of a while, because 1/10 is probably not one of the first things you would try to substitute. So, well, there are some pros and cons, but ultimately both methods should work fine. But I really suggest that you guys try to find something creative in the solution, and just don't waste too much time on a certain item. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the question. All right, so hopefully you guys learned something new from this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.